So I think it's we discussed all the things we wanted to discuss originally. Is there any like final thoughts or tips that you want to share to the audience?
Yeah, I think the main again, I'm honored that you're asking me this question, Hojung, and I take this responsibility of answering this question seriously. I'm not an expert on imposter syndrome or the research of it. I just happen to have it and know that I have it, and I have my tools to be able to kind of manage and deal with it. Um, so I think my biggest tip overall would just be know if you have it or not.
Mhm.
If you have it, um, know if it is important enough for you to address it or not.
Mhm.
Um, because, there are lots going on. There is a lot going on in life, So if it's, impacting a very small part of your life that is not very highly critical, etc., don't bother about it.
Mhm.
But if it is impacting your work, if it is impacting, your perception at work, if it is impacting your sharing of the ideas, if it's impacting your promotion, if it's impacting your salary, that's a big deal. We all spend a lot of time at work doing what we're doing. So I would encourage you to then kind of recognize that and then devise a plan according to what works best for you. There are
Mhm.
so many options, as I mentioned, that is available. There's CBT, there is isolation and compartmentalization. There is just very simple kind of like deep breathing and kind of staying in the moment and dealing with it. Then there are people aspect of things, surrounding yourself with mentors, friends who are able to see the light in you, and getting a coach to be able to reinforce, that positive side and aspect, of your personality, whether it's personal or professional. All of these and a combination of all of these will not work for everybody. So find out what works for you and get on that journey of what works for you. And I can guarantee that it's a journey. It's a journey more than a destination. So enjoying the journey is also important. But when you do it in a way that is natural to you, that is true to yourself, um, I can only imagine that that voice inside of you will become smaller and smaller. And my hope and wish is that the 70% of anecdotal kind of like data for women, minorities, women of color, etc., is dramatically reduced because one, we have normalized it, we're talking about it, we're supporting one another, and we have the tools now to be able to kind of, deal and manage with this. So imposter syndrome should be a very small voice in our heads and hearts,
Mhm.
in our way to what we really want to achieve in our lives and our mission. So that's my hope for all women out there.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And I do agree. It is something you can do. Until you get there, it feels impossible. But a lot of people pass through that and then look back and see, like, it's possible, come over.
Absolutely.
So, like, just need to find the right solution. And you can try a lot of things you mentioned and see what works because everybody has different things that work for them. So, really appreciate
Absolutely.
your advice.
Thank you so much again. It was wonderful just reliving some of my professional and personal memories and talking about this with you. And I really hope this is helpful for your audience.
I do believe so. I think just hearing your own example is already helpful, but you also gave a lot of tips on how to identify what you can do. I think this is like super helpful for people. So thank you so much for your taking time and also sharing your experience and wisdom. I really appreciate that.
Thank you so much, Hojan. Nice to be
Okay.
here.